Welcome to Creepin' It Real. I am Judah. Let's talk about the 1985 horror film known as Creature. Well, at least that's what I've been told. So let me start this out by saying this is the movie that I chose to watch from Prime over the weekend. It says Creature. Right there's the title. It also says 1985 right there. I don't know if you can see that. These are the people that are supposedly starring in this movie. I start watching this movie, and I am super confused. On top of the fact that, if you noticed, it said that it has 3 stars. Now, I myself have learned, and you might disagree, and you're allowed to do that. Whatever star rating Prime gives a movie or a TV show, you cannot trust that. You have to remove at least 1.5 stars to get to what the actual entertainment value is of that movie. You cannot trust the ratings at all. I noticed that almost immediately several years ago when I started watching movies on Prime. They're just wrong completely, in my opinion. If something is 3 stars, then it's probably 1.5 stars. If it's 4 stars, it's probably 2.5 stars. They're never correct. Anything that they are saying is fantastic. Tamper your expectations because they're lying to you. This also became very evident when they released Rings of Power, and they didn't want everybody to know that most people reject this show. Most people think that it's garbage. There are a few people out there, like my brother, who I'm ready to disown, thinks that it's super fantastic. I think he smoked too much of the halfling's weed, but there you have it. As I'm watching this movie, because, it's made in 1985, I can immediately see that the intro is using computer graphics, and I am just like blown away. I was like, I'm like, sit up, because I'm watching it in my bed. I sit up and I'm like, oh my gosh, those are computer graphics. That is not anything other than computer graphics, and that is fantastic. I'm like, for 1985, this is freaking groundbreaking. The movie continues. There's obviously some more computer graphics. I mean, I can tell, and it's kind of cheesy, but again, I'm like, oh my gosh, 1985? This stuff is so good. How have I never heard of this movie, and how is this not winning awards? This is like fantastic for 1985. This is like blowing my mind. I can't believe it. So I stop the movie, and I start searching online to get more information about Creature, because I'm like, come on, is this for real? 1985? This is crazy. So I jump online and I look up Creature 1985, and sure enough, this is what pops up. The same information that Prime gave me. Look, these actors are all the same that was listed in their X-ray area. It's got the name right here. We got 1985 up here. But then I'm like seeing these pictures, and I'm like, wait, this seems different. This doesn't make sense. And then I'm also looking at this, and I'm like, wait a minute. This movie has Sensei Kreese in it from Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. I'm like, why don't I see him? So then I look up Sensei Kreese on IMDb. I'm looking through all of his movies. I go through the 80s. I'm not seeing anything named Creature in the 80s. Then I go up in the 90s. I'm not seeing anything in the 90s. And I'm like, what? This doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to find this. I'm not getting any help from the internet whatsoever. So then I start looking up production companies. New Image. That doesn't help me. Then I add something to New Image. I Creature New Image. I'm still getting this 1985 Creature. And it's making no sense to me. I do New Image plus some other production company that was doing it with them and Creature. Still nothing is coming up, but now AI is telling me, oh, Creature was a film for the Syfy channel, and then I start trying to find that. I start looking up Creature sci-fi movie. And it's still taking me to this 1985 version. Eventually, I come to find out that if I look up Alien Lockdown, then I actually get to see the movie that I am watching. Alien Lockdown, also known as Creature, made for TV movie. And see, there we go. There we go. We got Sensei Kreese right here, Martin Cove. Made on a budget of $3 million. This movie is nothing but a knockoff straight up of the Alien franchise. Mixed in, the creature design looks like they merged Alien and Predator together, but also mixed in Sauron's armor. That's what this creature looks like. Not only can you find this movie on Tubi under the title of Creature, but to find any actual information about it, you have to look up Alien Lockdown. It is also known under the title of Predator Man, which is by far the stupidest name for this movie. After I finally connected the dots and realized that it's this movie called Alien Lockdown, this was made in, where does it say? 2004, which makes perfect sense now. I'm oohing and eyeing over the graphics because I'm thinking it was made in 1985. At the same time, I have this feeling inside of me that's like, wait a minute, the lighting seems very 90s to me. And like the futuristic tech, I was like, my gosh, for this being in 1985, they really did their future tech well. Not like this, crazy stuff, like Star Wars. Now, the original 3 that I love, I am not a fan of anything else, especially the Disney Star Wars, but their future tech, you got these big glowing buttons because they were using the technology that they had at that time, but trying to look forward. And rarely does that work. You don't have these, big Mac monitors and stuff. Real tech is a little different in it. So there not a lot of movies look to the future and can predict what new tech is going to look like. So I'm also blown away by like, oh my gosh, they really did a good job predicting what some future tech would look like. For real, I'm just like blown away by this movie. Also, at the same time as me being in awe of this, I'm looking at these computer graphics and I'm like, it's not fantastic. This is really giving me the vibes of early 2000 cheap movie, computer graphics. So I was very conflicted inside, and that's what sent me on the journey to pause the movie and start researching this movie because none of it made sense. Again, as you can see, Alien Lockdown, 2004. Finally, the world makes sense. Amazon Prime, do better because you are misleading people and you're causing them discomfort inside. I was so confused. I didn't understand how I missed this amazing movie. But then once it was all put into perspective and I knew that it was a 2004 movie, I was just like, wow, this movie is dog shit. It's like a switch just flipped instantly. I went from being like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, to just being like, this is shit. So just keep that in mind. Now, this whole time I've been talking to you about this movie, I'm also looking at my face on this monitor and I'm thinking, damn, Judah, your face is so fat. Get out there. Stop eating them freaking Twinkies. I don't eat Twinkies. I can't even remember the last time I ate a Twinkie, but I am a big fan of chocolate. Oh my gosh. And with it being Easter, these chocolate peanut butter eggs, I'm just numbing on those things left and right. And it's just blowing up my face. I'm a fatsy right now. Let's watch this trailer. I usually don't watch the trailers in advance, but I did watch this one. There's not going to be much to talk about, but let's go over it together. tell me, just tell me, if you thought this was made in the 80s, you are seeing this and thinking, wow, that looks really good. This does not look like a low budget movie. This looks pretty legit. Now, I could be wrong. I mean, for me, I was just like, wow, this looks, for 1985, this looks fantastic.
All clear back here.
Copy that.
Come again. What the hell is that?
See, they copied Alien so much so that they have the big alien, and now they can't do face huggers, but what did they do? They made little baby aliens that scurry on the ground and jump on people just like face huggers. My gosh, this was nothing but a carbon copy with a new skin on it of Alien, in my opinion.
They're not alone.
Anybody getting this?
You hear that? They have motion tracking. What movie does that remind you of? Certainly not Alien. By the way, Sensei Kreese has a very small part in this movie. He plays like someone high up in military ranking, but he has very small part. He has a small part right at the beginning of the movie where he kind of sets it up, and then he has a very small part right at the end of the movie where he instantly dies. That's something I want to touch on. Like I mentioned, he's high ranking. So he shows up at this facility where they sent in this elite team to find stuff out, and he shows up at the end, meets these people up at the top of this elevator coming up from, this deep in the mountain facility, secret facility, and they pull a gun on him. Now, the helicopter that dropped him off is literally only like 100 feet away. You can't tell me that the pilot of that helicopter did not know who Sensei Kreese was. You know that pilot knows that he's high-ranking officer in the military. And you know that pilot is under Sensei Kreese. These people come out, they pull They pull a gun on Sensei Kreese, force him into the elevator, they shut the door, then they run to the helicopter, they jump in, and they go, 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 go. Somehow, this pilot doesn't go, hey, I noticed you pulled a gun on Sensei Kreese out there, and, he is a high-ranking officer in the military. This seems a little shady to me. Maybe we shouldn't leave. But, again, let's just pretend he didn't see the whole gun being pulled situation. Still, I can only assume that Sensei Kreese is like, hey, this won't take long. I'll be right back. None of this. These people just chuck Sensei Kreese into this elevator shaft. They run to the helicopter. They say, go, go, go. And the helicopter pilot's just like, sounds good to me, and takes off. No questioning whatsoever. Hey, what happened to Sensei Kreese? He said he would be back. But since you two people that I have no idea who you are say go, 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 I guess I'll go. I mentioned this is a carbon copy of Alien, and it is. But there are a couple scenes that feel like they're ripped right out of other movies. They like almost, and I'm hyperbole here, okay? I'm over-exaggerating. But it's like they refashioned the whole kitchen scene from Jurassic Park as well. Where the kids are all crawling around, trying to hide from the velociraptors. It feels like they copied that from Jurassic Park. Now, granted, there's other movies that copy it like way more. And this one was just felt like they liked the whole kitchen scene. They liked the fear of kind of crawling around on the ground and trying to dodge this thing. Okay, at least they didn't copy it exactly to where somebody's banging stuff on the ground and hiding in a cupboard and nearly getting eaten. But it still played out so closely that immediately I was like, oh, wow, they're copying Jurassic Park here. Now, the final scene, the final battle scene with the big alien creature was so much a copy of Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker's lightsaber battle in Cloud City. I could not believe it. The lighting, the grid work, everything. There's even this scene where like some kind of duct work gets cut and steam is spraying out it and it gets sprayed at the creature. Everything in this, I was like, wait, now they're copying Empire Strikes Back. Everything about this scene, the lighting, the shadows, even this ductwork that just got cut and is shooting out steam, it all just screamed Empire Strikes Back. It was crazy to me. Now, this movie does have a twist ending, which I will not spoil for you, though I would not recommend this movie. It's not the worst low-budget movie I've ever seen, but it wasn't entertaining to me. The whole time I'm watching it, I'm just like, yeah, this is a ripoff of Alien. Oh, yep, there's a ripoff Jurassic Park. Oh, look, Empire Strikes Back. There's no reason to watch this movie. There are much better movies out there, but there are also far worse Alien ripoff movies out there. But with those, they're almost so bad that it's entertaining to watch. This one is just a very run-of-the-mill rip-off movie that was made for television, syfy, which, by the way, when they switched the spelling to syfy, I thought that was the stupidest decision ever, and I stand by that opinion to this day. The syfy, so dumb. Pissed me off. It felt so like, as being a big sci-fi fan, when they switched that, I felt like they were diminishing sci-fi. Like they were trying to make sci-fi something that it wasn't. To me, I was like, look, sci-fi is my niche. Don't try to dumb this down to reach the normies. That's what I felt like they were doing. They're trying to dumb sci-fi down to reach normies, and it pissed me off. I'm going to give this movie a 4 out of 10. Now, I've given movies 4 out of 10s. The last 3, I think I've given 4 out of 10s. And some of them I've been like, you need to watch this movie. I know I'm giving it a 4 out of 10, but you need to watch this. This movie is entertaining. I'm giving this 4 out of a 10, and it is not entertaining. Unless you've never seen Alien or Predator, then maybe watch this. But I would still say don't. Go watch what it is based off of. This movie is super derivative. Go watch the originals, the movies that, this is ripping off that are so much better. So let's go to IMDb. Let's see if we can find somebody who thinks this movie is fantastic. Do you see this? This is the average, 3.7. That doesn't look good. I doubt I'm going to find a high scorer in here. This was an unintentional viewing. What started out as channel surfing ended up costing me 2 hours. Let me start by saying that the story sucked big time. Alien Predator ripoff. That's what I said. Nothing much I can do about that. But the directing was solid, creative, and certainly made much more of this movie than the story deserved. The writer better be praying to the director 5 times a day. Hopefully, Syfy will use the director again. Now, you see here, he uses the syfy before they pussed out and made it normie-centric. Anyway, I haven't seen his other stuff, but if they give him a better story next time, I'll certainly make an effort. The acting was also just as capable. The mad scientist got on my nerves. Yeah, he was off the rails. It was absurd. But the army group, again, much better than the story deserved. The death scene of the bald guy rocked. I don't remember that. Kudos to director Cox and actor Calloway for pulling off what was certainly the most memorable death scene in a long, long time. I don't remember it. And the best scene in the movie. I just don't remember it. Somebody saw this movie that will be a future big time director, and I guarantee you they'll rip that death scene off in their big budget Hollywood movie 10 years from now. You heard it here first. I didn't mean to like this movie. It just happened. Well, it is well past 10 years from now. I don't remember the death scene, so I can't tell you if he was right. But thank you, MacGuffinator. I appreciate this, and I can see how you did not intend to like this movie. It just happened to happen. So thank you for your words. I'll read another good one. It says, not bad. This is by, I don't know, DeGass Wilson 78146. DeGass Wilson. What do you guys think? Am I saying that properly? This film offered a captivating narrative, despite a sense of familiarity. Really? Really? A sense of familiarity? How about a direct ripoff? Anyway, the plot held my attention throughout, creating a truly engaging experience. However, the conclusion proved somewhat dissatisfying and unexpectedly peculiar. I didn't find it unexpectedly peculiar. They kind of hinted at it throughout the whole movie. Despite this, overall presentation was well executed and enjoyable. It remains a worthwhile cinematic experience. This film captivated audience with its compelling storyline. The male lead's charisma truly shone on screen. The female lead delivered a powerful and memorable performance. The captivating plot kept viewers on the edge of their seat. It's a movie experience worth discussing. While I am discussing it, I would not say it is worth it. This person right here, I think they may have watched a different movie. It was such a carbon copy of Aliens that they even copied the strong female lead. I mean, it was such a copy, it was unbelievable. You decide on your own. I gave you two people who thought it was a good movie. I thought one was more believable. He pointed out its flaws, but he also said, you know, I didn't think I was going to like this. I didn't mean to. It just happened. And I can respect that. The second 8 out of 10, that one I felt was a little delusional. But again, when you do look at low budget movies, it's not the worst. Like I said, it's very middle of the road. And had you never seen Alien or Predator, you would definitely be like, wow, this movie effing rocks. So take that as you will. I am Judah. This has been Alien Lockdown, or Creature, or Predator Man. TV movie, sci-fi, made in 2004. If you've seen this, let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.